Welcome back, my 2A family. First off, I want to give a shout out to all of our military and veterans for fighting for our freedoms and our rights we have today so we can enjoy our rights in this beautiful country. And one big group of individuals who do not get enough gratitude, my blue collar workers out there that don't get shown enough love. I love you all. Keep grinding, all you roughnecks. I am a blue collar worker myself, so I can appreciate the hard work on long days for the check to support our families. Now, I started this channel to help people have a better understanding about firearms. I'm going to address a few things asked in previous videos in this one. So, I feel like there's a lot of misled information of people thinking they should follow someone else's setup that's not in the same environment you are in. So GPR, what is it? General purpose rifle, right? Everyone's needs are not the same. So let's say you live in Texas, your buddy lives in Alaska. Setups are going to be different. So some need longer ranges than others, or short ranges. Example, you live in an apartment building in a big city. Not too many long open ranges, just buildings. So maybe even an in-between to cover short to long ranges like me. That's what this is set up for. I'm not going to be taking 1,000-yard plus shots with this thing. I have too many trees to whiz past. So shooting long distances isn't as common for me. There are things to consider for your choices of barrel lengths when building one. So just keep that in mind. Okay, now let's go over why I chose the optic layout on this 14.5. I can push a little further with the LPVO, and if I'm in a situation where I'm magnified higher than a 1x on the LPVO, stressing trying to get this thing back to 1x, it gives me the option just to cant the rifle and go to the 1 power red dot for up close situations. The offset is also a nice package because let's say if you're in a situation, end of world situation, if you will, your main carry pistol red dot goes out, or whatever happens, it gets busted, you dropped it. You can put this guy on your pistol, and now you're back up on your pistol and you have that red dot. So, pros and cons to it, of course. Trial and error, just like everything else. And I feel like that is a very good example with being able to take this off and put it on your pistol if your red dot goes down on your pistol, and or vice versa. That is something I heard from someone. They mentioned that with having the offset, and I feel like that is a great idea. I can't remember who it is to give them the praise for that, but whoever it was, I thank you, because it is a good idea. And I feel like it should be shared along to others. So, just a simple example. There are many examples for this setup, but that's something you're going to have to think about if it's worth it to you. So, a very good example for magnification, having this 1:8 LPVO, is for identifying an object or a threat. Always be sure you can identify a target before pulling the trigger and its surroundings of what you're shooting at, whether what the target you are shooting at is behind as well or in front of. Be responsible for every round sent down range, because we are. Okay, so the optic is a Riton RTS Mod 7 1:8 IR. And again, I have mentioned this thing in a couple other videos, and I do need to get a full review on it. I've just been busy with work and trying to get the round count down on this. I know you guys have been waiting for this guy, but I want to try to get out to, 15 to at least 2,000 rounds, if not more. And I finally reached that on this setup. So now I feel I can give you guys my honest feedback. And everything ran great. So again, for the money, I mean, it's a great optic. It also has amazing daylight bright options. It has an etched reticle, so more like a prism, which is awesome. I like prisms. They're amazing, especially if you have astigmatism, which I've covered before. The LPVO is zeroed at 100 yards for this setup. And it is being held by the Unity 2.05 height. I wasn't sure about the height at first, but I can absolutely say I love it and I am used to it. Because I chose the micro footprint, which that being the 407K, it is mounted on the Arisaka offset mount, this one being the tall height mount. The 407K is zeroed at 50 yards. And the base plate for this optic, if curious, is the Arisaka number 19 plate. I chose the 100-yard zero on the LPVO and the 50-yard zero on the micro red dot because I found it's what I'm most comfortable with in remembering my holds. So that's why I chose that. Now, again, trial and error. If you guys have this setup, you just gotta figure out what works best for you and your holds. Okay, and now let's get into the heart of the rifle. Turn this over for you guys and show you it is safe and clear. The barrel is a Noveske 14.5 Afghan 1.7 twist, cold hammered forged, with a mid-length gas system, low profile, .750 pin 2-barrel gas block. And the bolt carrier group is a Noveske as well. And when I bought these two, I had the headspace done by them on the bolt because it was offered in a package if you bought the barrel and the bolt carrier group. And by the way, nothing was sent to me, like I've said in all my other videos. Everything that I have that you guys see on videos, I've purchased with my own hard-earned money, so I can give my honest feedback. And if there is ever anything I come across or something that I feel like doesn't match up to par, I'm gonna let you know. I'm not gonna say it's good and tell you guys to buy it just because I made the mistake of buying it. Trust me, I've made the mistake of buying many things and not using them, and that's why you would never see it in a video. So I absolutely love Noveske. They make good products, great products at that. They're proven. You could run their stuff like hell, so. Back to head spacing. I would definitely say head spacing is worth it. Some people don't think it is, but I believe it is, just to ensure problems like fail to feed or properly seat the round into the chamber. I mean, there's other things as well, but just to be quick, get head spacing done. It is worth it. You want reliability, so anything that you can minimize to help you with the reliability, absolutely go ahead and do it, you know? I feel like it's worth it. If that means spending an extra few dollars to make something more reliable, then it is absolutely worth it in my eyes. You could even buy the gauges to check your head spacing yourself, so that's another thing to consider. The muzzle device is a Sons of Liberty 9-port Knox pin and welded. Now, I have had comments asking about pin and weld and how it works, so I want to touch on that really quick. So the law is you cannot have a barrel under 16 inches or else it's a SBR unless you have a brace. Now, I don't know what's going on with the whole brace fiasco, so I'm not giving you information on that part. To stay legal, you want to either do a 13.7, 13.9, or 14.5 pin and weld. Now, pin and weld, meaning it cannot be altered or taken off easily to set up a different way. It becomes one solid piece with the barrel. So it's now considered a 16-inch barrel in law term. You just need to make sure you take your measurements of your muzzle device that you are pin and welding to ensure it puts you at or over 16 inches full barrel length. The handguard is a Geisley MK8 13.5 in length, BCM gunfighter grip, and a BCM QD, which my sling is connected to. Now the receiver set is a Sons of Liberty Gunworks. I bought that from them. Great fitment on these, and from my understanding, they make the takedown and the pivot pin lugs slightly bigger to ensure they fit tight on all their lowers, which they absolutely do. Mine has zero play. Magpul dust cover. I like these. They're simple, easy, and you don't have to punch them in and out. It just kind of pops right out, and I could show you guys that in another video if you are curious. And then on the other side, because you guys all know I am left-handed, I do have the forward controls ambi-mag release and forward controls bolt catch release. If you guys have seen all my other videos, you know I run those pretty much on all my guns. Radian Talon safety selector and Geisley SDE Super Dynamic Enhanced 2-stage trigger. I've also made a video on the triggers between the Geisley and the LaRue MBT. So if you guys are concerned or curious about which one you think you'd go with for the money, definitely check out that video. BCM Gunfighter Mod 3 grip, Geisley supercharging handle, and the mil spec forward assist. BCM QD end plate and forward controls castle nut, staked by yours truly. Make sure you stake your stuff. It is very important, I feel. If you don't believe me, you can go out and shoot your gun unstaked, and I guarantee you it will come loose. So just stake it. It does help. And buffer tube is the Sons of Liberty Gunworks A5 buffer tube with a Springco green spring and Voltor A5 H2 buffer. If you guys are curious on the weight on that for this 14.5 setup, the buffer weight is 5.33 ounces, and she cycles great. I don't have any issues with any type of feeding. It's not overgassed, undergassed. It ejects at 4 o'clock perfectly, 3 to 4. So no issues on that part. B5 Systems Enhanced SOP mod stock. And the sling, I went back to it because I have an extra one laying around. All you guys know, I love my Blue Force Gear Vickers slings, but I'm trying Faro Concept Slingster out again because I had an extra one laying around, and I felt, why not give it another try? And so far, so good. It's a little thinner profile than the Blue Force Gear Vickers, so that's something to consider when you're looking at these slings. This one's thinner, a lot more low profile, and the Vickers just thicker. Not that that's bad, but things to consider. I enjoy trying different things to my guns so I can get them dialed in the way I want them. But yeah, this is my GPR, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really like this gun for, like I said, my needs and around me. It does everything I could possibly need it to do. One thing I forgot to mention is the throw lever on here. And if you guys are curious about this, it's from MK Machines. And you can get custom or multiple different types of throw levers on here. So this one's pretty nice. I really like that one. But yeah, guys, this is the setup. So let me know what you think. All right, stay safe. Live free, guys.